Hey guys, Becky Baeling here. So as green awareness spreads throughout the world, more and more celebrities are spearheading new initiatives. But one organization has been around for over 20 years, and that is the Rainforest Foundation Fund. It was begun by Trudie Styler and her husband Sting, and is more than just saving trees. And they feel that it is everyone's human right to have an environmentally, ecologically sound world to live in, beginning in the Amazonian rainforest. But Central Park is really as close as I get to the rainforest here in New York City. So how does this affect me? I mean, do most Americans even know where the rainforest is? And why should we care? I mean, how can we realistically get involved and what can be done? Hi. Do you know actually what's going on with rainforests right now?
I know they're in trouble.
Okay.
I haven't the faintest.
Nope.
Do you know some of the uses of the rainforest?
For the animals, to study the animals, to study the insects.
And plants and trees.
Does it convert carbon dioxide into oxygen?
It does do that as well.
Okay.
No doubt the rainforests are worth saving, but how? To begin, what is the Rainforest Foundation Fund?
Well, Sting and me went down to the Amazon in 1988. The rainforests were being burnt up, and from the air we saw really this sort of tumultuous amount of rainforest just being gobbled up by fire. For the indigenous people it was terrible because their homes were being burned, their children were being very badly affected by smoke inhalation, etc., etc. We met a very charismatic indigenous leader. This man said, you know, the only thing that I would ask you is, can you get your message back to your people that these are our indigenous lands, that corporations from Europe, from the United States are coming here, encroaching on this land and destroying it. So, you know, 20 years later, our Rainforest Foundation Fund fights in 25 countries to empower the indigenous people to conserve their lands.
So over the past 20 years, what tangible outcomes have you seen?
We've taken the governments to court and we've won back indigenous land. We demarcated and had ratified a huge piece of indigenous land as sort of like the size of Switzerland after many years of campaigning. We also have a program where we train indigenous people to become lawyers so that they can stand up for themselves.
Why is this so important to you?
You know, I'm really passionate about it because the single most thing that is really going to alter our planet's climate is the deforestation. We cannot let our lungs of the earth be destroyed.
And how can people really get involved?
Begin with just changing something in your life every day that is really palpably a bit greener than it was. Try to eat organic, but most of all, eat locally. Go to farmers markets when you can. Why should we be importing all this stuff from the other side of the world? Let's try to stop global warming.
Thank you so much, Trudie. Thank you, honestly. Interesting to find out today that the Rainforest Foundation Fund is not only about saving trees, but about protecting and educating the indigenous people who live in those areas. I'm Becky Baeling from my own Amazon here in Central Park in New York City.